Hello fellow survivors, we are back here in our road to 500 days, back in our main base, and we have got pretty much everything ready, and we have explored all of Mystery Lake. Pretty much it's time to head to a new region. Before we do though, there's a couple of things that we need to do. So we got a little to-do list there. We need a new bow and a second bear coat. We don't need the second bear coat, but having two is better than one. And also this is almost cured, so if I make the bow and maybe some more arrows, we can probably, that's probably enough. I want to make a new bow because this one's 36, so it's not the greatest. How much left of this? Oh, okay. So I think I would like that. Oh, let's drop this wood, we don't need to carry that around. Anything else you don't need to carry around? I guess we don't need, that's our risk 1%. Okay, let's eat this then. Alright, I have a drink, and then we're going to make a bow while it's still light out, so we'll take cured maple and 2 of these, and we're just going to start making it, to be honest. And then in the morning, maybe the bear hide will be cured, and we can make that one, and then we can keep going. I'm going to head to probably Coastal Highway, might pop into Bleak Inlet to get the cold while we're there, although it's a little bit risky with those timberwolves around, but we'll see. There we go. We got a new bow now, which allows me to just use it more because I don't really want to go to a new region and then have this break. I'm going to put this in here for later use. Because otherwise, if it breaks after a few shots, I have to kind of cure another one and might not be able to do that. Anything else that I don't really need? I think we got everything. This is about to get ruined, but that's okay. I think there's nothing that needs repairing. It would be maybe this. Maybe we should repair this just in case, because I'm not sure how long I'm going to be gone. But let's just do that. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll put these in. And there we are.
Oh, my tongue feels like sandpaper.
Yeah, we do need some more water. And we should also cook some more stuff. I might see if there's some rabbits or something outside. Although it sounds like it's a blizzard at the moment. I think in the morning this hide should be cured. Oh no, it's not a blizzard. Any deer around or rabbits? Because that would be handy. I'm here. I don't need them, but it's just to excuse cooking. Can I light a fire? I think I can. I think it's still clear, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so let's do that. Because we still have some meat we need cooking, so let's get that ball rolling. We'll do this fire. And we'll cook some of the stuff that we have that's raw. Wait a minute. My food supply looks kind of low. Things disappear. Let's see. There we go, nice. Now this is just probably what's cooked that was left. Yeah. Okay, well, we need to cook as much of this as we can. We also need to make some more water. So let's just start doing that. And we got some sticks, not that much. Quite a few things. These are cooked, so I'm gonna stack these. They are cooked, right? Yeah. Let's just start stacking these. I'm not sure why they are like that. That's fresh. wind kind of died down, which is great. I don't see any rabbits. I could make some snares if I wanted to. Actually, how long has this got? 56. Okay, next one I'll put it in a pot. Fancy. I want to take the ones that are cooked, really. Gonna have to stack all of them now. But if we can make a little section here, you know, that will look a lot nicer. I wouldn't be surprised if in the future they change this, because it's a bit odd that you can leave this stuff outside and it just lasts forever. Oh, that is to say, it gets ruined eventually. But you just... It's going to take so long for it to get ruined, and when it does get ruined, if you're cooking level 5, you can just eat it anyway, which is just interesting. And if you're wondering why is this outside, it's just because outside these things deteriorate much slower. So outside they, I'm not sure exactly what the decay rate is, but if you leave the meat outside, they decay much slower than inside. And once you reach cooking level 5, it doesn't matter if it's ruined, because you can just cook it anyway. Alright, let me see if there's some wood around. I should maybe make a couple more arrows. If I wake up in the morning and the bear hide isn't cured, I'm going to make an arrow or two until it is cured. And then we need to spend like another day crafting the bear coat. Oh, here we are. And then we can go from there. Didn't see any other rabbits. We can do this. It's not cold enough. Since I smell, there is a risk that a wolf could come. In fact, I can hear a wolf in the distance. It is possible. There is one nearby that sometimes comes around. Gotta be a little bit careful with that. Alright, how's this going on? Okay, 40 minutes and 8 minutes. Let's harvest this. There we go. It's done, put that there. And then we're going to use this. Let's do the... Can we do the small one? This one, 2 minutes. Just eat it. And then we'll put in the other one. There we go, 24 minutes. Okay, put this on. And let's harvest this too. I hope the wind doesn't blow this out. And then this is much longer, so you have to wait for that. I think just let it boil, take that. That's raw. Done. Okay, another water, and we'll cook one of these. Even though it's ruined, you can still cook it. And we'll harvest this using our hands.
The sun is heading. It'll get a lot colder soon.
There we go. Take these two inside. Let's just use this, it's fine. Just put this here and that here. It's good to have several of these. All right, 14 minutes. I think we'll just eat this right away. Let me see, 11 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna have a quick look around here for some more sticks. That we're cooking outdoors is great because it reduces cabin fever, because we're gonna stay indoors now for the next day or two to make the other bear coat, and that's gonna make it likely that we get cabin fever, but that's okay. Then after that we're going to hit the coastal highway, but we're going to go via the ravine, possibly into Bleak Inlet to get the code for the workshop, just so that in the future, if I want to, I can access the workshop from either Fallen Muskeg or the ravine, rather than being dependent on going to the ravine. I have some sticks, nice. So that will be an argument. The only problem is the Timberwolves. You can sneak past them though. But generally speaking, if you ever go to Bleak Inlet, I recommend going there when you are archery level 5, because then you can sneak up on the Timberwolf and just shoot them in the face. And if you're really not sure about it, you should go on lower difficulty. But we'll get to that. There we are. That's a nice little scenery right there. Still have yet to see a moose here in Mystery Lake. We probably do not have a moose spawn here in Mystery Lake in this run, most likely. Although it can still spawn here by trappers. So we've got to keep an eye out. Oh, this should be harvested. Okay, so let's keep cooking. This also is wood, but I often don't harvest that. Let's see, grab that. 29, let's grab another one. Let's cook it. Okay, is this? See that? That's some sort of bug. Changes to brown when I pick up. I'm not sure if these are cooked, actually. That's rancid, though. I think it is okay. I'm not sure, though. We'll see. 23. That means I can't really read anything. Can I craft anything? Yeah, this. And we'll just cook this as long as we can, really. 6 on 13 and 37. Let's just do this. I get some more water supply going. 22 minutes, in which case let's just check for some more wood just up here. Doesn't matter if we're getting tired because we're outdoors and we are near a bed. So it doesn't matter if I sprint and get tired here. I just want to cook for as long as I can. I could harvest these because it's warm enough, but the issue is that it will burn the food. So I'm going to look for just like regular sticks. Have this out in case something happens. I don't really see any sticks, but we got this. Not worth using the hatchet for that, in my opinion. There we go. Now it's getting darker. But the fire will always show me where I am. And getting... It's not that late at night, so let's see here. That is cooked. Let's try something. If I grab this. Yeah, it wasn't cooked, actually. Okay, that changes things. I thought it was cooked, but actually I think all of this is uncooked. That's alright, we can stack it like this. I did think it was a bit weird that I had that much. It should just say cooked when it's actually cooked. Let's see. 48 an hour. And that's cooked too. That's more like it. Yeah. And then I might actually read an hour. That should be done. There we go. Both are done. Let's make another water and cook another bear meat. And we can read another hour. I think we're approaching the end of this. We're gonna sleep until it's light. There we go. Done. 33 minutes. Okay, in that case, do that. Yeah, and I don't think we'll... Oh, we could actually read 1 hour. 52, yeah, we can read 1 hour. And then that's it. We can do maybe a quick cook of like that. And that. And I think that's it. That's cooked. This other is raw. Let's just move this down here. There we are. This has a different color, so this is cooked. How are we doing with food? We have that. I'm gonna carry that around, and I'm gonna take that as well. We're gonna eat this now, I think. There we go. Done. And take that too, so I have 2 of these pots. Take that, and then I guess that's it. We can grab a torch. That was a bad torch, but... Okay, so let's go inside. And we're going to sleep. But we're not going to sleep the whole duration. We're just going to sleep until it's light enough to craft the bear coat. So that would be probably 6 hours from now, maybe 7. Let's see. Let's heal. Yeah, it's light. So let's see. Is the bear coat cured? 99%. Okay, in which case we're gonna make some arrows. 3 arrows. I'll start by... Actually, let's eat this first. I have 1% risk. Start by making the arrow shaft. Then I'll make the 3 arrows, and I think by then it'll be cured. Simple arrow, use the high quality tools, so it's faster. If you use simple tools, it increases it a bit more. Actually, I can just show you, it's easy. So if you make an arrow, it's an hour and a half to make that arrow. If I use simple tools, it's an hour and 12. Well, I think that's actually not an hour 12 minutes, but an hour and a 12th of an hour. I think that's what that means. And then if you use this, is 45 minutes. So we're going to use this. We're not in a hurry as such, but I think I would like to use the light of the day to craft the bear hide coat. There we are. 3 more arrows. And you also level archery making arrows, so it's always good. If you ever get low condition tools, by the way, you can repair them with the other tools. Okay, let's see. 99 still, come on. That's a bit annoying. Is there anything else I can do that's small? I could read for an hour. Let's do that. See if it's cured after that. If not, we'll just finish the book. Still 1%. Okay, well, let's finish the book then. Now it's cured. And we can drop this. The other one can be firewood. Alright, so let's make the second bear coat then. 3 or 4? 4, okay. Alright, so let's do that. We don't care about dehydration. We're going to start doing this now and just craft for as long as we can. Then we'll have a very good, pretty much have everything we need, more or less. We're ready to travel. We're going to do this as long as we can, really. Okay, now it's too dark. Okay, then we're going to eat. Let's eat this. And also this. And have a drink. And we're going to sleep until it's light. So that will be probably, we can put 10 hours, but I'm going to put 9 hours. Go from there. Not quite light, but very, very close. Let's go outside and grab a piece of meat. Let's eat. Eat that. And we'll probably have to eat this soon as well. And then we're just going to have to go with parasite risk after that, I think. Okay, and then we can continue. If I had more lamp oil, I could craft in the night. I might do that because this has 22, but it's very little. But in the jerry can, which is here, it's not that much. Alright, so let's keep going. Keep crafting this. I'll put 10 hours, but I don't know if we can do it that long. Oh, wait. It's slightly longer. There. Now we can do it. It takes a really long time to make the bear coat, like a really long time. But it is worth it. Definitely the best item in the entire game. That you can have 2 of them is just overkill. Let's go along until I'm almost completely hungry. So that's almost losing well fed there. Let's eat some more of this. And I think I'm gonna just eat 2 of them and increase the risk to whatever that is, 4%, yeah, that's it. I have that. I'm actually gonna drop this until the morning.
Mouth so dry.
And I think we should be able to make it by tomorrow. Let's just keep going. We're getting there. Then it will be too dark. Yeah, it's too dark. We could, how much does this have? We could just use this and use the light from it. It won't be very long. It will be like maybe an hour, if that. It doesn't matter if it expires because that's not our main lantern. Yeah, good enough. And then we drink, go back to sleep. I would put 7 hours. Maybe 8 or 9 would be necessary. Let's see. Only 1 more hour. And I think we can make the bear coat through this day. Maybe we need 1 more day. Okay, we need a little bit more light. Wait a bit. Build that. We can actually forego the drink. Mostly food, that's the issue. We're gonna keep doing this until we're almost hungry. There we are. How much left? 7 hours. We might have to do some in the morning.
Can you eat trees? Because I'm gonna eat a tree.
I'm gonna eat this. It's low condition, but it is what it is. And then take... I actually only have these 2 cooked, but oh well. And then let's use this. Delete the cans if I need to. Alright, so healed. I think we can do another hour maybe. I think we have to finish it in the morning. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Well then we do this. And then have a drink. And then we sleep, and in the morning we can finish it. I was going to put 10 hours, but we're not going to be able to sleep 10. And then I think cabin fever will probably start kicking in. Okay, it's not quite light yet, so let's just wait a little bit. For 1 hour. Yeah. I think that should do it. And there we go. Nice. There's our second bear coat. And now if I put this on, look at that, look at the difference. But 2 degrees from this, 2.5 if you repair it. Way more of this, but this doesn't really matter because it's in the layer. But what you want is the warmth. So it's way more, like a lot more. But you also are much, much warmer. So we're gonna put this in here now. And let's see, is there anything else I don't need? I might bring one of these, because I need to repair this.
I am so thirsty, I can't think straight.
I think that's it. We'll probably take... Actually, we don't need this can. Drop this can. I want to take this, though. And I have... I'll take also these. Not some of the... Oh, they're ruined. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Don't need this many, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, we can also harvest this thing. And we don't need to carry these 3 rose sips around. Oh yeah. Okay, so there we are. That's looking good. We have a lot of water, but that's okay. And then and we got 9 arrows. So I think that's it actually. So now we have kind of done everything here. The only thing left now, we could create the deer pants, but these combat pants are fine. But eventually they need to be replaced. And then the only other thing we really need is another one of these, a wool sweater, and another one of the wool socks. And that's pretty much it. You can't really get much warmer than that. If you repair everything and also get these 2 fixed, you'll have about 30 degrees. And we are on day 40, so it's still 10 days until it gets too cold. Alright. I think that's it of Mystery Lake. I think now we're going to head to Coastal Highway. We're going to go via the ravine and check out the ravine itself. And we might pop into Bleak Inlet as well. I don't think there's anything I need to take or anything. And I think I got everything. So I think we are okay. Yeah, I think so. And we got all that stuff. Okay, we just need food is all. Alright, nice clear day too. So I'm going to eat this. And that's the last of the parasite risks. Have a drink. And then I'm going to take the long way, I think. Rather than going across. Because there's a couple of places I haven't been to right here. I'm going to go check those out. There's the wolf. Look at that. So we're done with Mystery Lake now. We're going to go... Actually, maybe I should just leave those places for later. Yeah. I was going to check the last few areas of the edges of Mystery Lake that I haven't been to. But I don't really need to do that right now. Because the only thing I would find there would be a sapling or 2. And those saplings... I would just have to place them somewhere. Hi there, Wolfie. So we're going to head to the dam. And we'll go there to get the rope. And we're going to go to the ravine. Now, in the ravine itself, the ravine in the past used to be a fantastic area to go to on Interloper for 2 reasons. Down in the ravine itself, there is a rail car, and inside the rail car, there was a stim and also a distress pistol. So this. Because in the past on Interloper you could only find this distress pistol in 2 places, which was Dim Wolf Mountain and also the ravine. So if you were in this area, it was actually a great idea to go to the ravine, because you would just get warm, you would get the distress pistol very early. And in fact, a very favorable route back in the day, if you spawned somewhere like Pleasant Valley or something, was to go from Pleasant Valley into Mystery Lake and then towards the forge in Desolation Point. via the ravine to pick up the distress pistol. Then you would have some early game protection before you had the bow, so it was very powerful. But they have since removed that, so the ravine used to be a very high-end place to go, especially in Interloper. You always got the distress pistol, and you also got the stim. But now with the latest patch, they don't have that anymore. So you still, I don't think the stim is there either, but the distress pistol is no longer there. So you only have minor loot there now. Bear is out. I'm just gonna head straight across here. I might pick up some cattails along the way because I don't have that much food. And I'm not hunting a bear for food. There should be some deer carcasses and things, so I'm not too worried about food at the moment. But I might pick these up for traveling purposes. And the bear can be left alone for now. I could kill the bear and have the hide curing here, but that's something I tend to do later. I usually leave supplies in every regional base as they are established. And in my main base, I always try to have a few spare backup bear pelts so I can repair my bear coat. But of course, we haven't really gotten to that stage of the game yet. We are about 40 days in, but other than getting some high-end loot here and there, we haven't really explored any of the areas other than Mystery Lake. So we have all of the other areas to go to, and we need to loot them, we need to hunt them and start a base, and just doing that alone is going to take a long time. And after that there's other things to do, like supplying things for the base and that sort of stuff, collecting things, going into nooks and crannies, crafting more stuff. And of course we got the far range, and there's all sorts of things we're going to do. So we're not going to run out of things. There's always something to do in this game. We're also going to break down all the crates and that sort of stuff. Haven't looted this person. Nothing on him though. I'm a bit cold, so I'm going to run a little bit. And I think I'm going to just warm up in the dam, I think. There you go. You go get that stone. This is why I usually carry 2 stones with me, because one is meant for that purpose, to distract a wolf. And one is meant for rabbits, or aiming at wolves. So I always carry, even in the late game, I always carry 1 stone, but usually 2. Just because I have to have one that's expendable, that I can just throw. And then another one that is used for scaring and hunting rabbits. Go away, Wolfie. We don't need you right now. A little bit cold, but it's because it's early morning, and I'm just going to get to the dam ASAP, and we'll sleep there for like an hour or something. It would be nice to take advantage of the sunlight and maybe cook a deer carcass or something in the ravine, but we don't really need to do that. Could go into the trailers as well, but I think it'll be okay. I would prefer if I don't get a spray in here. If you crouch... Okay, there we go. If you crouch, you're less likely to get sprains. I might actually sleep for 4 hours just to cure this sprain, because I need it. I need to be without sprains to climb down into the ravine. Another thing about the ravine, by the way, is that you have a chance of finding a rope there, but it's not guaranteed. You can find a rope inside the train cart, and there's also a cave that can have a rope, but it's not always there. So if you go to the ravine with the intent of climbing down into the ravine basin, it's best not to assume
First aid soon.
That the rope is going to be there, because if you do, you're going to end up going there, and then you might not find it, and then you have to go back. If you don't find it, you're going to have to go back here to Mystery Lake and grab a rope. There's a bit of a detour. So I always plan to not find the rope. And if so, I bring a rope from Mystery Lake. Either I bring the one from the destroyed lookout, which you usually find and you don't need that rope anchor really, or I grab one from Lake Overlook and I take it with me, and then I use that in the ravine. If I get to the ravine and there is a rope there, then oh well, then I just leave it usually, and later at some point in the game I take it and attach it. You know, usually one of the like minor long-term goals in the game is also to attach ropes to all the rope anchors in the game, but that's not an urgent thing to do. That's something you can do on day, you know, you can do it on day 50 or you can do it on day 5000. It makes very little difference. There's only really two, no, let's see, three, I would say there's, yeah, there's only really 3 rope anchors in the game that you kind of need to do that are the most important ones. One is the rope into Ravine. That one needs doing. The other one is the rope into Bleak Inlet, the lower levels, so you can access the upper levels from the lower levels later. Those are important, but the most important one, actually those are probably equally important, but the third one is the rope in Timberwolf Mountain, which I didn't attach, but we'll do that at some point in the future. That is the rope when you go up to the summit. You can get to Eric's Falls, and there's a plateau there. We didn't go there because I went through the mountain, through the caves. But if you go through there, there is a rope anchor there that that you can attach a rope to, and it makes it much faster to go up next time to the summit. So there are about 3 that are important. The other 3 are not important. Okay, so we're going to grab this rope, and I think I'll actually sleep 4 hours. It's a nice day, but it's cold. I do need some food, but it can wait. No wolf. There also will be quite a few cattails in the ravine, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay. Right, let's see here. We're gonna just sleep here, I think, for 4 hours. And that should also heal our sprain, and hopefully there won't be a blizzard when we wake up, you know, that would be annoying. There we go, that's healed. Don't have that much food, but we're gonna find some food now, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, clear day is gone, but that's okay. And look, we're barely cold, actually we're warming up. Because outside it's, yeah, we have so much cloth bonus that we're fine in the late game. This is the main reason why I prefer having the double bear coat. It is heavier, as you can see our sprint is severely penalized. But you can go out in the afternoon and you'll be warm, or at least just barely cold. And that alone is a big thing in Gloper. I'm gonna do some mapping here actually, because it's warm enough. I don't think I'll harvest the carcasses though, unless I desperately need food. But I'm gonna grab some cattails. There's also a ton of birch bark. Ravine is pretty much the only peaceful region in the game, because there are no predators here at all. Keeper's Pass north also usually do not have predators, although there can be a wolf there. But here there are no predators at all, so you're completely safe, which is great. However, they might add predators in the future though, because they are changing the game in terms of where animals are, and they could add an animal here. It could happen. Anything here? No. Sometimes there's a corpse or a backpack here. Not today then, it seems. So we have to see if it remains safe. But at the moment, this is a interesting connector region. You can find some loot there, you can find lots of cattails, you can find lots of birch bark, there's rabbits, and there's 1 or 2 deer. And of course the ravine basin itself. There's also a bed here. If you go down into the ravine, there is a bed in the cave there, so you can also sleep there, provided you have wood or you're warm enough. We're gonna go over to the train cart and check that out. There's also some saplings there, but I don't need to pick them up right now, so I'm gonna leave them for now. Keep in mind one important thing that a lot of people don't know or realize, which is that the ravine is actually one of those few places in the game where you can't goat down. So pretty much everywhere in the game you can goat down it, that is to say Skyrim hop down. You can do that from the summit, as you saw me do, you can do it from the gold mine, you can do it pretty much anywhere you can climb down. However, the ravine is an exception. The ravine has death walls around it, so if you try to climb down into the ravine, you'll die. The game just kills you outright for trying. So there's kind of like these invisible barriers that's set around the little region, and if you try to climb down, the game just kills you. It auto kills you. So that's not so nice. So for that reason, with the ravine, you should never try to go down here. It is, with that said, still possible to get down to the ravine with goating. You just have to be very specific about where you do it. I don't think I'm going to do that in this run, because it's too risky, but if you do want to see how it's done, you can check out some of my other videos like the Dark Walker tutorial or the what should I call it? The Eternal Darkness run. I also do it. There's a few shortcuts there, and so you can get down. I'll show you where it is at some point, but I won't do it. Okay, so here we have the train cart, and we have no rope. There's tools though. I'm gonna leave everything we find and don't need in the little cave. That's it. Yeah. Then there could be a rope. No rope today. You can also find a rope in a cave going further up. We're not gonna go there just yet. Okay. I saw the saplings also, but we're going to leave those for now. There's also a cave over here, which has a deer carcass, but it doesn't usually have much else inside of it. I think the stuff I'm carrying, I'll probably leave it in like a regional base somewhere. Coastal highway or something. There's a load of birch bark around. I'm not going to pick all of it up though, and there's quite a lot of rabbits around too. There's also rabbits and cattails at the bottom of the basin. Wait, did I pick up the rope actually? Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't actually pick up the rope. I slept and I didn't pick it up. Oof, that's dumb. Okay, fortunately it's not far. It allows me to actually pick these things up. That was a bit stupid. That's a typical mistake. You don't pick things up when sleeping. It happens all the time in curing stuff as well. You just leave stuff to cure, go to sleep, and when you wake up you can figure all about it and you leave it. A very common mistake among players is to forget your bedroll, or forget your cooking pots, or forget your curing stuff. It happens all the time, particularly when you go sleeping and you think, okay, well that's it. And you just forget about it. And you're like, oh. And then one thing is to remember where you left it. The other thing is to remember to go, you know, to go back to it, you know. Alright, so I think it was in here I left it and I just forgot all about it. And I still have a lot of energy, so I'm not too worried about that part. I think it was in here. There we are.
I'm not sure I can
There we
carry
go.
much more.
There we go.
Getting a bit thirsty.
Whoops. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the rope anchor, which I was almost at, but then I just messed that up. And then we're going to go down into the ravine. And I think maybe while I'm there, seeing as I'm down there, I'm going to step into Bleak Inlet. And I'm going to get the code for the workshop. Because in Bleak Inlet, if you're not familiar with the region, Bleak Inlet has timberwolves in it. It's also a really, really cold region. And normally I don't go to Bleak Inlet until I'm level 5 archery, just because then the timberwolves are easy to deal with, because you can just sneak up on them and then shoot them in the face. But I think I'll be okay this time. If you plan on going to Bleak Inlet, you should only go to Bleak Inlet and I guess Black Rock if you feel confident. And you can do that by, for example, going there on a new run on lower difficulty like Voyager, find a rifle and then go there to learn how to deal with timberwolves and learn the map, because they can be quite dangerous, the timberwolves. If you want to go on Interloper, I would generally speaking recommend going after reaching archery level 5, just because it's easier to deal with. However, you don't need weapons to deal with timberwolves. You can use flares, you can use rocks, you can use torches. The marine flare is the best. I don't think I have one, I just have a regular flare, because it decreases morale. However, you can defeat the timberwolves with just like fire and stones. If you want to see how that's done, I have a video called Outerloper, which is interloper, but you cannot go indoors. And in that video I spawn in Black Rock, and of course I have no weapons, and I deal with multiple packs of timberwolves with just fire and stones and that sort of thing. So if you want to see how that's done, we can do that. I probably will have to deal with one pack by going there now, because there will be one, maybe two, probably just one guarding the tower. Because in Bleak Inlet there is a workbench, a workshop. You can only access it during the Aurora, or rather the first time you access it is during the Aurora. But to access it you need this code, and the code is found on the upper levels of Bleak Inlet. And I kind of tempted to go there now, because the only way to access the upper levels is via the ravine. And you need to attach a rope to a rope anchor to access it from the lower levels. And if I get the code now, that means that later, if I want to, I can go to Bleak Inlet via Ulan Muskeg and still access the workshop, which is great. So I might do that now. I go to Bleak Inlet and get that done for future use, you know? The workshop is primarily used to making rifle ammunition and revolver ammunition, so it's not really useful for interloper as such. There is, however, one thing that's interesting about the workshop in Bleak Inlet, which is that it has a milling machine. So during an Aurora, this machine will turn on, and you can use scrap metal to repair things like these things. One scrap metal changes it to 100%. So there is also that. So Bleak Inlet has its uses on Interloper as well, by repairing your tools. And there's a bit of loot there as well, of course. Is this a blizzard? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, let's go down. We might... the good thing about the blizzard actually is that I don't think the timberwolves will be out. Probably. I mean, I have fought timberwolves in a blizzard, but I think they were already out. I might use that as an excuse to explore it a bit better. So here we are, down in the bottom of the ravine basin. In here, in this rail cart here, there used to be the distress pistol. Well, as you can see, it's not here. You have mittens though. Oh, and a shooting thing. Can I map? No, didn't think so. There's also a few cattails here, so we're going to grab some of those. I think this is actually an opportunity to go into Bleak Inlet, because if the Timberwolves are not out now, it's a lot easier to go to the areas I want to grab the code. So the code is in this radio tower on the upper levels. So if you're not familiar with how Bleak Inlet works, it was released a while ago, but a lot of people don't go there. So the gist of it is like this. There's 2 levels to Bleak Inlet, the upper level and the lower level. The upper level can only be accessed from the ravine, because there is a rope anchor that's missing a rope. So you can't get there from the lower levels unless you're being very crafty. So that means that to get to the upper levels you have to go via the ravine. To get to the lower levels you can get there via Full and Muskeg and Larry's cave. You remember Larry the Indo rabbit. But there is also the cannery in Bleak Inlet that has the workshop, which has the milling machine. You can make ammunition there and you can repair your tools. But to access the workshop you need to have the code for it, and the code is found on the upper levels of Bleak Inlet. That means you need to go to the upper levels first, because then you can... let's sleep for an hour here actually to warm up a bit. Because in the upper levels then you can get the code and then enable access to lower levels, and then you can access the workshop. One thing to keep in mind though is that if you do go to the workshop, there is a chance that there's a wolf inside, which is Fluffy. Fluffy used to be the only indoor wolf in the game, and she was found in the dam in Mystery Lake. But the developers removed her and then put it back in Bleak Inlet. Fluffy is the only officially adapted name for one of the special animals in the game. The developers has referred to the wolf as Fluffy in their developments, so they have adopted that name. We'll see if Fluffy's there though. But we're not going to go there today. Today we're only going to get the access code to the workshop and enable the rope to the lower levels so that we can access that in the future. So we're not going to stay in Bleak Inlet. We're only going to go to enable access for future use. We'll spend the night here though, and I might have to deal with Timberwolves on the way out. But that's okay. Let's grab all this. And it looks like we have silent lizards again. And since I don't have that much food, I'm picking all this stuff up. We're now in the upper levels, and there isn't that much to see here, but there's a couple of landmarks. There's the tower, which has a rope, which we need to lower to the lower levels. And there's a radio tower, which accesses the code. And the Timberwolves shouldn't be out in a blizzard. Although I have had it happen, but I'm pretty sure they were already out at that point. Got weird noises here. And codes, I'm going to run a bit. Could be over here and then down. Here is where the Timberwolves typically are. To my left there's a cave, and to my right there's a little... Oh really, so there are Timberwolves, eh? Okay. Oh yeah, I can't see you. Oh, I see, huh? There's the next one. Ow. He zigzagged. Take my arrow back. Come on. What? Yeah. Okay, that's the Timberwolves dealt with. This one seems to have bugged out. I would like my arrow back, please. Yeah, so they were out in blizzards, as you can see. The other one ran away. Okay, well this one hasn't... There it is. There are fortunately only 3 wolves. You can get up to 5. And you can easily kill them with the bow like that. You just gotta be attentive to which wolf is attacking you, because they will circle you like that. And then one of the wolves will attack you and the other one circles you. So it's not always intuitive which wolf is actually going to attack you. As long as you are ready for it, you can shoot them in the face like I did. But if you're not ready for it, then it's best to start a campfire and stay protected by the fire, and then either scare them off or shoot them. Alright, so here we are. This is the watchtower in Bleak Inlet. Hence a lookout, and up here there should be a rope. And we can also sleep here if you want. Probably... will I do that? I don't know. There we are. And on the side here is a rope. There we are. Mountaineering rope. And then inside we can find some misglute. So let's have a look here. Yeah, candy bar, pork and beans, soup, which you can cook, wood. Check this out too. We'll definitely warm up here a bit. The last of the timber wolves will always flee, regardless of whether it's just if there's a pack of 3 wolves or 5. Once there's only 1 left, the morale is broken, and that wolf will just walk around being annoying until the pack respawns. Just because that's how they work, they get scared. Okay, I think we'll sleep here for like an hour. Could have maybe slept for 2 hours, but we'll see. Still blizzard outside. I think we will drop a couple heavy things. What do I have that's very heavy? No, I guess it's okay. Now we're gonna go in... it's actually quite dark though. I think I know where I'm going, so we're gonna go and attach this rope anchor. And then we'll go... we can go back up and sleep until it's lighter out. Should be possible to go over here, I think. Yeah. Over here is a rope anchor. It is possible to go down here, but that's not really the problem. The problem is that if you go to the lower levels first and you want to get up here, you can't because there's no rope. You need this rope anchor here. So we're going to put this on. There we are. So now I can climb down. Or if I come back here via fallen muskeg, I can climb up. I think we're going to spend the night here, to be honest. Also, the sound of this blizzard is just bizarre. I haven't really fixed it, I think. It happens sometimes. Now, you saw the way I dealt with those timber wolves. Probably looked a little bit easy. It was a bit fortunate there were only 3 of them. But all I had to do really was to keep an eye out for who's going to attack me and wait, because they go zigzag, zigzag, and then wait until one goes straight for me, and that's when you shoot. As you can see, though, sometimes they go straight for you, sometimes they go back and forth, and they don't really attack until they're very close. So I can miss, as you saw, I missed. So it's not easy, but it can be done. If, however, it's difficult, what you need to do is light a fire. If you're in a blizzard like I was, you can also just use a flare. Or you can find like a tree or something that's sheltered and then make the fire. Because the wolves are quite afraid of fire, so you'll be pretty safe. We'll be encountering some more timber wolves in this run. Probably not today, except for the one that got away. But we'll be going to Black Rock, and we'll also be coming back to Bleak Inlet. I think an aurora happened, yeah. Alright, we got an aurora. I think we can map in the aurora, actually. It's a beautiful sight, the Bleak Inlet. Here we go. Look at this. So here's the lower levels of Bleak Inlet. Over there is the broken lighthouse, that you can access in Asted Sleep. And here's the lower levels, and there's a cabin over there. There's worker residences over here. But over there, you can see where the light is. That's the cannery. And that's where you find a workshop, which you can only access during the aurora, which we could do now, but I don't see the point, so we'll do that another time. And if you see there in the distance, there's this red light, that's where we're going now. But behind the red light, about there, there's an island there. You can walk to that island on the ice, and that island has a guaranteed bedroll. So if you're in desperate need of a bedroll, you can go there. Just got to deal with the timber wolves first. Let's do some mapping. There we go. Nice. Alright. I don't think there'll be Timberwolf packs out. There'll be one Timberwolf though going around, but we can ignore him. Alright, so there's a few little secrets here in the upper levels of Bleak Inlet as well. There's like a little hidden area. I think it's a bit further. I don't think it's here. No, it's a bit further. Down here. Here, these rocks here. Down here, there's a little path you can go to. And you have to sneak through. And you get to this area here. And here you can see there's a campfire. Which in this case had pork and beans and a corpse. Which had nothing on it. I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, so we can go back up. And then down the road here, we're going to go to this radio tower. And that radio tower has the key. Not the key, but the code. You don't need to remember the code or look up the code to access the workshop. You don't need to do that. Because the character will learn it. Like once you pick up, the character kind of knows the code. Also, I think the code is like 154 or something easy. You don't need to worry about that. You just need to pick up the note. There is the collapsed road that at some point went down to the lower levels. You could actually maybe map this. Work towards
Oh, so cold.
Towards Faithful Cartographer. And there's a couple cars. You might want to check if these cars have batteries, because if you want to make bullets, you need car batteries. And let's also check around. Nothing here. I haven't been here in a little while. See anything here? No battery here. Let's check inside too. Oops. Nothing here either. Car battery? Ah, it's broken. Okay. If you do run into wolves or bears in Aurora, these lights here will give you protection. Aurora animals will not attack you while you're in these lights. Shouldn't be an issue here though, but just so you know. And here's the radio tower. And in here there's a little like radio station, and that's where the code is for the workshop. We're gonna go there, not right now though. We don't really need to go here. I mean, we could if we really wanted to. We could do it now, but I don't see the point. There's some misclout to find, but nothing that's really urgent. And here you can get a good view. Here is really Bleak Inlet. So the lookout tower is up here, that's where we came from, and all of this here is the upper level. That's the upper level Bleak Inlet. You can only get there via the ravine. Then the rope, which we now have attached to the lower levels, which you access over there. There's a cave, which leads to Fuller Muskeg. And there's timber wolves around this open area. You can also find a moose in 3 places. There's a moose over there, there's a moose over there, and there's a moose over there. 3 places. And they can all be up. Load of timber wolves and stuff. And over here is the cannery. I'm gonna go there, but not right now. I'm gonna map this though. There we go. Echo 1. Alright, so let's go inside here. Warm up a bit. I don't know if we need the light actually, because we can see with the aurora lights. There isn't much loot in here. You'll find some misc stuff, little things, cabinets and stuff like that. Might find some gloves or something. Oh, or a wool toque. Low condition wool toque, but a wool toque nonetheless. I think what's making me heavy is the wood I picked up. And there's the gloves. I don't think we can access the computer, no. Here is the code. See this notepad here? That's the code. You pick up this, you can read it if you like, and then it says like, use the code 154 to bypass security doors. And that's the workshop key we're talking about. So now we have that, and now we can access the workshop. I'm not going to do that today, but now that we have that, we can access it. And now the character kind of knows the code. So when we come back here to the lower levels, we can access it. Put the radio on for some music. Anything else around here? I don't see anything else. No, I think that's... Oh, flare.
I think I can use this.
Oh, the aurora ended. Music is still playing though. The effects of the aurora will linger for a little bit, so it doesn't... They don't disappear right away. And then you get music like this. So sometimes if you wake up and find the radio still playing, that's normal. Alright, let's head out of here. I think it was this way. Let's go in the dark. Let's make sure I can't really see anything. There we go, the aurora is over. We're gonna head back to the lookout tower and just sleep until we're fully rested. And then we'll leave this area. There should be one Tim Wolf walking around. I could maybe, while I'm here, check out a couple smaller things. Should be, oops, should be a hidden area. Is it up here? A bit further up, might be further up. A bit hard to see because it's quite dark now. Let's get the old lantern out. There's a deer. We don't need that though. I think I will explore the rest of this area later. I mainly came for the code, but there's a few saplings here. There's also a cave. I think it's over there. The area is over there, I think, yeah. There's like a few saplings, there's a cave, so a couple of smaller things to be found here still. And we'll probably go here, we'll come back here another time and properly explore it when we do Bleak Inlet. But for now I think we're good. We got the code. And we killed the Timberwolf pack, except for one. So I think we're good. Now we're just gonna get up again and head to Coastal Highway. We could stay here, but then I have to constantly deal with the Timberwolves. And I don't really want to do that. I mean, we would get a moose, of course, but I would rather go to somewhere a bit easier first, and we'll come back here later. Let's sleep until it's a bit warmer in the day as well. Okay.
Cold. Warm enough
Let's do some inventory of food. We can eat some of this, yeah. I'm not gonna eat the tin sardines. I should have actually maybe left that in the base. We need to get cooking level 5 before I eat any of these things. I'm gonna eat this until I have 12 left. That's pretty much what I'm gonna do. There we are. And then drink. You can see all the water I made. That's coming in handy. I think what's making me heavy is the wood, isn't it? Yeah, 4 and then that. Yeah. And these. Oh yeah, we don't need this many actually of these. Let's drop some of those. Yeah, okay. And then we'll sleep, I would say 4 hours probably. There we go. Cabin fear risk, that's okay. There we are. And now we're not heavy anymore. We got those timber wolf carcasses over there, but we don't really need anything from them, and it's not a clear day to harvest them either, so I think we're gonna just leave those. I got my arrows back anyway. There should be one timber wolf going around, and that timber wolf should just flee whenever it sees us. I often get asked if killing the last wolf speeds up the respawn rate. And while I never tested it, I believe the answer is yes. So if you have, say, 3 timber wolves and you kill 2 of them, the last one runs away and it will always run away. If you don't kill them, if you just scare them off, they can come back and detect you and fight you again. But if you kill all of them except one, the last one is always scared of you. And it lasts like that for a while until eventually the whole pack respawns. But the question is, if you kill all of them, do they respawn faster? And I haven't tested, but I believe the answer is probably yes, because they work as a unit, and wolves respawn faster once they're harvested and all that stuff. Wolves can respawn as fast as 3 days, but it's usually about 7 days. So I don't know the answer to that question, but I think presumably they respawn faster if you kill the last wolf, so you might want to leave the last wolf alive, and then it will take longer for the pack to come back. So we're gonna head back into the ravine now and climb back up. If we wanted to, we could climb down into the lower levels and then head out to Fallen Muskeg, and we could go somewhere like, I mean, it connects right back to Mystery Lake, but we could go somewhere like Broken Railroad, for example. But if I'm going to climb down into the lower levels, I feel at this stage in the game I might as well stay in Bleak Inlet, because the whole point now is to migrate to another area and explore that area and also make a base there, which in this case is presumably I'm heading for Coastal Highway. So going down into Bleak Inlet, if I'm doing that, I might as well stay in Bleak Inlet, and I don't really see the point of that. So I don't really want to loot all of Bleak Inlet right now. There's going to be a lot of timber wolves and things, and while I can deal with them, I don't really fancy dealing them. Very often, if I know I'm going to Bleak Inlet, I usually take something like 20 arrows with me, because very often you'll fight timber wolves and you'll hurt them with an arrow, but they don't die and they run away. If you constantly go looking for them, especially in Bleak Inlet, the wolves can get really lost. I lost a lot of arrows in Bleak Inlet. So we're going to come back to Bleak Inlet at some point in the future. But for now, we just wanted to take advantage that we were here, and we were in the ravine, we had the rope, and I got the code. So now, in the future, when I come back to Bleak Inlet, whenever that might be, I can choose where to approach it. I can come to Bleak Inlet via the ravine, or I can go via Fallen Muskeg. Either way is fine, because I have the access code to the workshop, and I can access that whenever I want. And I have put the rope to the upper level, so if I want to, say, go to the ravine from Bleak Inlet, I can do that. So I just now have more options. I basically have unlocked the area now, which makes it much, much easier. So here we are. So we're back here now. We're going to climb up into the top of the ravine. I might sleep here for like 1 hour just to warm up. And also I have a lot of wood, so I might leave some wood here. Just for future use or something. Let's sleep for 1 hour here. Warm up a bit. Okay, wind also died down. We're a bit faster now. And the thing is about climbing up the ropes, it usually takes a lot more energy than climbing down. Also it's slower, so being fully rested is great. You can climb up this rope. This is a very long rope, equivalent to the rope in the summer. You can climb up the rope if you have about half of your fatigue left. But it depends also on how heavy you are. If you are heavy, you get tired faster and therefore you're more likely to fail. I would recommend not doing that. Right. Yeah, so if you climb up this this rope, I would recommend being as rested as possible, because if you're not, the issue is that if you try to climb a big rope like this and you fail, your only option is to go back down, because you won't have the energy. You can climb a rope while exhausted, provided you're not heavy, but then there's a chance that you fall. You can fall down a rope. I don't think I've ever seen anyone die from falling off a rope, although it can happen, but you can take a lot of damage. So this is quite good. If you have the crampons, you can climb up more effectively. The crampons do not actually reduce fatigue. It also doesn't make you climb faster. They just reduce your sprint meter draining. So you don't get you can basically climb the whole thing in one go. That's pretty much all they do. I compared it side by side to make sure, and that's what they look like to me, unless they have patched it, of course. One upside of having heavy sprint penalty is that the sprint meter recharges faster, and you can get back to climbing faster. Yeah, you can make it up here if you have a half fatigue, I would say, but I wouldn't recommend it. Be as rested as you can. Sleep in that bed if you don't have a bedroll. Just stay. If you go down there, you should be as rested as possible when you go up. If not, if you go down to the ravine, make sure you always have a stim on you. Stim. Because then if you get tired and you can't make it up there, well, at least then you can stim your way up. Okay, I'm going to map here so you can see all this stuff. Look at that. What we're going to do now, before we head into Coastal Highway, is we're going to go to this cave here and have a little break. And over here, you can see I'm quite tired already because of all the climbing, but it's quite nice weather out. I could also maybe hunt some rabbits, but I don't think so. Or just sleep an hour or something. I think also there's a box. Yeah, there it is. There's a box there. There we go. And over here there's a little like train depot thing, and this has some birch and some rabbits and some misclute. By the way, this rail line here, we can just go the normal way. This rail line here, this is nearly the end of it. When you get to Coastal Highway, that's the kind of beginning of the rail line. And this rail line goes all the way to the far territory. This train line here, it starts here. So we're about here now. And it starts here and it goes all the way through Ravine, through Mystery Lake, through Ravine, through Broken Railroad, and all the way to Forsaken Airfield, or rather the hub. So it's really, really long track. Before we head that way though, we're going to go here and have a little break. And over here you can find some birch. We have a lot of birch now.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
And there's usually 2 or 3 rabbits as well. We don't need them right now, I guess. And you can usually find a little bit of food here in this cave as well. Oh, there's another rabbit inside. Hello there. Ah, nothing today. Got some wood though. Yeah, nothing else. Okay, let's have a little break here. Let's also update our map. So, yeah, we did go coastal highway. And we did this. Let's eat a little bit of this to be ready for the next day. Oh, not next day, but it's a nice, clear, warm day now. But I'm just gonna save the game and sleep for like 1 hour, I think. And we'll establish a regional base in Coastal Highway. Most likely the fishing huts. If not, it will be in the garage. Actually, we'll probably actually go for the garage. We'll see though. Alright, so let's have a sleep here. For 1 hour, yeah. And there we go. 40 days. So there we are, fellow survivors. That is the ravine. From here on it's just the bridge to cross, which we'll do next time, and then we are in Coastal Highway. But now we got that done. We made the second bear coat and a new bow, so we're looking very good. We are nice and warm, and we also have gone into the lower end of the basin of Ravine, and we checked what little there was there, and we got the code for the workshop. So now I can come back to Bleak Inlet whenever I want, from whichever direction I want, and it's all good. Don't have to worry about that. It was just 3 timber wolves to deal with, and that was it. And now we're ready for the next region. So next time we're going to head into Coastal Highway. We'll start exploring that, and we'll start expanding by making a base there, probably in the garage, but we'll see. We're probably going to spend some time in Coastal Highway as well. We're not going to go there for like 1 episode or whatever. I'm probably going to be there for quite some time to loot everything and then establish a base, and then we'll either go back to Mystery Lake or we'll move on to the next region and so on. That's probably the plan here. But yeah, 40 days in or so, and yeah, see you next time, survivors. Bye bye.